Hi everyone, and welcome to Art History 2014, Introduction to Art History. I'm your professor for this class, Dr. Erin Duncan-O'Neill, and I specialize in 19th century European art history, though I hope you know, for signing up for this class, that this introduction will be a thematic, multicultural introduction to the discipline of art history. So we won't cover every movement, every place on the globe, but instead we're going to try to tackle a very broad swath of art production through three thematic units in this class. So your semester will be broken down roughly into thirds. The first section of this class is art as spiritual expression. So we'll be looking at the ways that people gave form to their conception of divinity and spirituality in artistic practice. Our second section will be on representations of the self and other, so portraiture sort of broadly defined. I'm not previewing these sections for you today. Today is kind of a logistics meeting, little video. But I will preview these major themes and some of the artworks you'll be seeing for the lecture on Thursday. Your third section of this class is representations of nature and the built environment. So we'll look at how people's conceptions of nationhood and one's moment in time, man's sense of self within the sort of wild boundaries of nature are represented in the arts. So we're tackling this thematically and picking small case studies to illuminate those bigger issues. But today, we're just talking syllabus. So the format of this class is online. It'll be an asynchronous online class, which is why you're looking at this video on your own time right now. You'll have twice weekly lectures, meetings, where you will be expected to listen to lectures and do readings, and we do care that you do the readings in this class. The readings, we try to keep the length about the same throughout the semester, around 20 pages, but the difficulty will vary from week to week. So you want to sort of plan ahead and work ahead, which is something an online class lets you do. For those lectures and readings, you will have discussion responses due when those meetings are scheduled. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you will have a discussion thread to respond to by 10 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. You'll also post replies to other students as you read through their discussion responses, and you'll get more feedback from us, especially at the beginning of the semester, but we do expect high quality responses and replies. We want good engagement to make this class really worth your time. So twice weekly lectures and readings, synthesized in discussion responses, except when you have papers or exams due for us, and then you don't have a lecture to do for that day. So I want this semester to be really predictable, both in our schedule and our expectations for you. You can also, I hope you've seen that this is a 4-unit class, right? Which means that you meet with us on Fridays as well. Now, we are not meeting in person in this class, but you do have scheduled times where we expect you to appear for Zoom meetings. So when you signed up for this class, you signed up for a section number. So it will say AHI, or Art History 2014, and then 3 numbers following 2014. So 001 through 006. So if you don't know your section number, that's fine, but make sure you check your section number. And then that will correspond to your, and I'm just showing you the syllabus here behind me. on this school program. Let me get a pointer going. Once you know your number, section 1, for instance, you know that Aaron, another Aaron, not me, you have a TA named Aaron, will be hosting Friday Zoom meetings from 11:15 to 12:15. Your other TAs are Olivia and Mark. This is a great group of really experienced graduate students and that you're really lucky to have this semester. So make sure you know before this Friday which section you're in and when you need to appear on Zoom. We have decided, though, to not have you necessarily attend every single Friday. The purpose of these Friday small sections this semester are to workshop writing skills and exam strategies in advance of your assignments in this class. So you'll be able to prepare for your assessments, you'll build skills towards writing your paper module, which I'll explain in a moment, and your assessment. So we want you to succeed in this class, and we know that almost no one in this class has taken an art history course before at OU, and so we really want to support your skill building in the hopes that it helps you later in your time at the university or as an art history major. So either way, we want you to come out better writers, better presenters, better thinkers, and those Friday sections are intended to sort of be mini workshops towards that goal. So it's a little complicated, but you won't meet every single Friday, but on the syllabus, you will sometimes see discussion section A or discussion section B for those Friday times. I'm just going to jump to the end here. So you can see the 29th, discussion section A, February 5th, discussion sections B. And so if your last name is A through M, then you'll be part of that A group. And if your last name starts with N through Z, you'll be part of that B group. So again, you won't be meeting every Friday, but you'll be meeting enough to really support your success in this class. There's no textbook for this class. All of your readings will be uploaded on eReserves. Pay attention to the syllabus, which will appear, I'll switch screens just for a second, which will appear in your Canvas, on your Canvas page. Whoop, move my little head. Under the syllabus section and the home page. So keep an eye on that. Sometimes if things really change throughout the semester, if there's another snow day where all the power goes out, I'll send an announcement, which you'll receive via email. But the syllabus is here so you know exactly what's due every single week and what Fridays you are supposed to meet. So you can calendar out all your major assignments and your discussion meetings this week. Speaking of assignments, there are 3 major sections for assignments in this class. Participation, you can see that this takes up a bigger chunk in this online format of the class, 40%, which is a big chunk of your grade. And that's because we want to give you credit for all of these smart discussion responses we expect to get from you. So if you do a sort of fabulous job on these twice weekly discussion threads, you're in a really good position to succeed in this class. This also, the participation, the discussion threads counts for attendance and includes the attendance in those Friday sections. So your TAs will have a short assignment or simply count you as present depending on the kind of workshop activity. So that will all go towards participation. And I will say that for the discussion responses, your Tuesday and Thursday discussion threads, life happens. Life is even more sort of unpredictable and chaotic, especially during COVID. And so if you don't get it together to contact me ahead of time, if something sort of emerges in your life that prevents you from turning a discussion thread in on time, you can still get credit, late credit for turning that in up to 80% of your discussion thread grade. So it's not ideal, but it might happen once or twice in the semester that you need to turn in something late, and you can get up to 80% of your grade for that. And that's outlined on the syllabus as well. Where we are more rigid is deadlines for your object discovery module. In other words, your papers and your exams are the most rigid. So if you have any issues turning in your writing assignments in this object discovery module or your exams in on time, you need to get in contact directly with me, your professor, and not your TAs, because those deadlines are quite serious and they're given to you in advance. And so the penalties for late submissions are a little bit stricter, losing 5 points a day for late submissions. So clock that and get in contact with us if there's a serious health concern or life event that prevents you from getting those in on time. What is the object discovery module? This is a module that's for progressive, smaller writing assignments that sort of builds you up step stair style to completing what we consider to be an exciting, vibrant art history paper. So again, we expect that almost none of you who are taking this class know what that means, so we're going to really help get you there. And so your first deadline will ask you to encounter an object, an artwork that you've never seen before, and describe that object through close looking. And I've attached a worksheet with sort of prompt questions that ask you to really look closely and make some hypotheses about what you're seeing. I'll just flag for you really fast because it's our only unusual deadline. You can see that the module step 1 is due February 9th. That's going to come up pretty quickly. And then the unusual thing is February 12th, which is your Friday meeting time. Your module step 2 is due. You'll see from those instructions that it's related to your first module step. You're kind of picking 2 of your most insightful and strongest observations about this mystery artwork that you're then going to share with the class. So you're not doing a ton of new work, which is why that second deadline is going to come up so quickly. So I'm flagging that for you because that's unusual to have a Friday deadline, but you won't have any Friday meeting times that week. You'll also have 2 assessments or exams. These are weighted 30% of your grade total or 15% each. We'll explain our expectations and the format to you in detail in your Friday sections, but you'll have a short answer portion and a longer essay. And because we're an online class, I'm giving these to you 48 hours before they're due, and you complete them in a take-home way. So if you do your discussion responses, if you're doing your readings and taking notes on your lectures, you should be well prepared for those exams, and I'm hoping to see some really smart and good answers. Again, those paper and exam deadlines are quite rigid. Just the brief notes, you all know the drill on this by now. Attendance, we're using those Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday participation threads or Zooms as your attendance. And just like your other classes, if you have a COVID-related quarantine issue or health concern where you absolutely cannot access the materials of this class or are too unhealthy to do so, get into contact with us and we can provide some flexibility. Academic integrity, especially with an online class, I really care about this. I want your degree from OU to really mean something when you go out into the world and people hear that you have a degree from the University of Oklahoma. I almost said Arizona. That's where I'm from. And so to have a degree from OU to mean something very positive out in the world. And so in order to keep and improve this university's reputation, it's really important that your grades are meaningful and original. And so if I have any sense of academic integrity issues, I will take that very seriously. But I don't expect to. There's also, I've included an anti-discrimination policy. Art is a way of sort of understanding and embracing the perspectives of people from time periods and geographies and experiences very different from our own. It's a discipline that values critical thought and evidence-based arguments, empathy, and careful reflection. And so sexism, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, racism, xenophobia, homophobia have no place in this course. If you are in need of any learning accommodations, please get in touch with me as soon as you can. Again, your assignments will be, you'll be able to take those home and have some time with them. So this isn't the normal time pressure of a 1 hour exam. But if you have accommodation needs, please get in touch. I'm happy to accommodate. The rest of your syllabus is the schedule of readings. So today is just the introduction, the logistics. For Thursday, I want you to listen to the lecture on where I introduce art history as a discipline to you and preview some of the major thematic threads of this class. Listen to that lecture. You'll be in a better position if you do. And then you have an assignment due Thursday, which is a self-portrait or a selfie portrait. The analysis of portraiture is going to be an important dynamic throughout the semester, and especially that second section. So I'm asking you to submit a selfie to your Small Friday section in your TA, and do a little preliminary analysis on the photograph you take. If you have any issues navigating Canvas, and especially if this is your first year at OU, please get in contact with your TA, with Mark, Olivia, or Aaron, or myself. Any one of us is happy to go through the ins and outs of Canvas. We live on here, so we're really happy to help. I'll just flag a lot of your material is going to be under files at left, and I've broken up both the lectures and the readings into those 3 units, so it's easier to find. So for next week, we're going to be discussing on Tuesday, Politics and Spirituality in Ancient Mesopotamia. Your reading is by an author called McMahon. And so if you go under files, under readings, oh, I didn't include it in the screenshot, you'll find McMahon's article under M. So that's how you find your readings. Your lectures the same way. The lectures, I have everything dated, so you'll see a lecture for February 2nd, and then you'll have a corresponding discussion thread that will also have the date 2/2. Just like your first self-portrait will be scheduled for January 28th. So those are the broad logistics of this class. I'm really thrilled that you're enrolled in this class, and in this online format, hopefully this is the last semester. We'll all be seeing each other as floating heads, but we're going to make the most of it, and we're really going to take advantage of this format. And one way, I'll just again preview, one way we'll do that that I'm very excited about is we're having this class is organized around guest speakers. And so you're going to have speakers from Megan Goldman Petrie from NYU, Nancy Demerdash from Albion College in Michigan, Ellen McFarland from the University of Southern California. So we get to draw in experts from all over the country to talk about areas of art history that we don't have represented at OU. You'll also get the chance to hear from Allison Palmer, Robert Bailey, Alicia Harris, faculty members in art history at OU. So if you take more art history classes in our department, you'll sort of know which fabulous professors to take those classes from. So we're taking the guesswork out of that for you. If you're like, oh my gosh, I love 19th century Western photography and I need to take another class with Professor Byron Price, you'll get to discover that through this class. So the guest lecture format, they won't be all guest lectures. The ones with the names in front of them will be, but that's one of the great benefits of this class also. And the last thing I'll say in terms of logistics is that most of your lectures will not be in this very jazzy floating head format, but instead a lot of your lectures will be PowerPoints with embedded audio. So you'll get to look very closely at images on your screen and hear information about them. You'll need to download those PowerPoints from Canvas. I haven't found a better way to have Canvas work for you on this. So you'll have to download those PowerPoints for that audio to work. You'll also have some recorded Zoom videos. If you have any issues with the technology, with with accessing any of these lectures, or if you need any help with this stuff, again, your TAs or I will be very, very happy to help. So welcome to Introduction to Art History. This is going to be a really thrilling semester. We're going to tackle some controversial, contemporary, utterly captivating subjects this semester, and I really look forward to seeing what you have to say about it all.